Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. Today we're going to be taking a look at a group of incredibly cool titles for the Atari 2600, all factory sealed and all super rare. Now I've said this numerous times to you guys, there's been about 600 games that were made for the Atari 2600 back in the day when the Atari 2600 was actually originally released. And out of those 600 titles, there are about maybe 60 to 80 titles that are incredibly common. You'll trip over them going down the street. But all the other titles, very scarce on the market, and some of these titles incredibly rare. Once WATA actually releases their pop report for some of these titles, you're going to see maybe 10, 5, 10, 20 copies across all grades. This is going to be much more scarce. We've said this numerous times. This is going to be much more scarce than these Nintendo games, these Sega games, a lot of these more modern systems. The Atari 2600, people did not keep these games for 40 plus years factory sealed and in good condition. So in high grade, these games are going to be incredibly rare. Some of these titles just factory sealed or complete in box, the whole complete game itself, very rare to find on the market. So we actually have a group of about 13 games here, all super rare, really cool titles. Excited to show you guys. What we're going to do, like we always do, is scan them, pre-screen them here with you guys. Tell you what we think we're going to get out of WATA once we send them in. Send them over to WATA, get them back. We'll do an unboxing here, hopefully in a few months when we get them back, and see how close we were to the grades. So we do have 13 titles to go through. Let's go ahead and take a look in no particular order. Let's get it started off right with Kaboom. Now, this year game, I've mentioned this before, I think we had a purple box on the channel way back. There's a purple box and a pink box version. This is clearly the pink box. But these games, factory sealed, even in complete box, these are incredibly tough to find. We try to pick these up whenever we can. These are games that we used to pick up, for $300 or $400. Now they're costing us, $2,000 plus to pick up in good condition like this. Now this game here, the seal is fantastic. Still has the original KB Toy sticker on the corner, which is great. If you guys actually remember KB Toys, the seal's great. It has a little ding on the box. Something actually hit the corner or the edge of this box, so it created a little dent there. And there's a teeny bit of crushing on the bottom. But this still looks like, about an 8.0 to us. This looks like about an 8.0 to us, but the seal looks like an A++. So we're expecting like an 8.0, A++ out of this. Hopefully an 8.5, but I think this little dent on the edge here is a little too firm, too hard. But that's super cool, with the original KB Toy sticker. Like I said, sometimes we like to get the boxes without any stickers at all. But these original toy stickers from the original toy store where they were sold, they're just super cool to have. It's a time in history, all these toy stores are gone. They'll never come back. So it's just a really cool memory to have. Because I used to shop at KB Toy when I was a child. Here we go. Sorcerers Apprentice. This is Disney, Atari did not make a lot of Disney games, or Disney did not make a lot of games for the Atari 2600. This one here is probably the most popular and the most heavily collected. This is Sorcerer's Apprentice. There is some bowing on the bottom of the box here. Once again, that is from the seal shrinking over time and kind of pulling the box in, so it did create some dent on the bottom. That is not actual crushing, but that is from the tension pull of the seal itself. That will, of course, affect the grade, but not as bad as if it's actually crushed or damaged, because that is just a force of time that created that, not necessarily any kind of impact or negligence. Now this one here, once again, the KB Toy sticker on top. This one here, the seal looks fantastic. This is like an A++ seal. And the box, once again, looks like about an 8.0, 8.5, let's say, but an 8.0 at least. Once again, this game here for the Atari 2600, incredibly rare to find, factory sealed. This one here, super glad we got this. This is a very, very tough game to find. This is the only copy we've ever seen of this game. All right. Here we go. Another licensed game. A Muppets game here, Pigs in Space. A lot of you guys know this game. This here game was highly sought after. It still is, but there's really none on the market, so people kind of diverted their attention right now. But this game here, very, very highly sought after when the first 1 or 2 came to market, but we've only ever seen 1 or 2 come to market. So this one here, very, very tough to find, factory sealed. This seal looks immaculate. Once again, the collector that we bought these from, we bought most of these from the same collector, and just kept these games incredibly nice. KB Toy sticker on top, clearly it's from the same collection. He bought these, I guess, at KB Toy when it was still in business. This one here has a couple little dents on the back. that will affect the grade. Once again, there's tension pulling on the box itself, so it's caving it in a little bit, but not actual damage, just tension pulling on the box. But there's a little dent on the side, dent on the front here. There's a couple little dents in this box. We're thinking this one here is probably a 7.0, 7.5, 7.0, 7.5. But A++ again on the seal. This seal is great. Pigs in Space. That's a good one. Okay, here's a great one for you. Rubiks Cube for the Atari 2600. Now this one here, a lot of you may recognize this box art design. This is actually from the Atari Video Cube. The Atari Video Cube was an Atari Club exclusive that came out in 1982. 1984, Atari released it as Rubiks Cube. They did not have the license to do so, so this was quickly pulled. Rubiks Cube, of course, sued them. They could not use this name without licensing. But this one here, as you can see probably from the, hopefully you can see this on the screen there. This box here is not in great condition, but this is the only Rubiks Cube we've ever seen. This one here, because they were pulled from the shelves and because of the licensing dispute, these were not on the market very long. To find these factory sealed or complete in box with the Rubiks Cube name, very, very, very tough. Now, this is an incredibly rare game to find. That's why we bought it in this condition. We typically don't buy games in this particular condition because it's clearly crushed here. Crushing on the bottom, dents, dents, dents. The seal is great. The seal looks like an A++ seal, but, you know, dents on the side, on the edges, you know, clearly crushed. Let me see if I can rotate this around. Maybe you can see it, but clearly crushed. A lot of dents. This one here is probably like a 6.0, 6.5, maybe even a 5.0, but I don't think we'll go that low, but there is a lot of damage on it. So let's say 5.0 to 6.5 in that range. It all depends on what they take off, what's considered tension pulling, and what's considered damage. But this is the Rubiks Cube version. This one here, like I said, you do not find this. You do find the Atari Video Cube every once in a while. They sell for about $1,000, ungraded. Graded, those can go for $5 to $10,000. It all depends on the grade, of course. This one here, Rubiks Cube, incredibly rare. Super happy to find this one here. Which condition was better, but like I said, that's the only copy we've ever seen of the Rubiks Cube branded version. All right, let's see what we have next. Towering Inferno. This one here came from a different collector. As you can see, they're in the hard plastic cases, which we've started to leave them in, you know, to take them in and out of the cases. It does a little bit more damage to the seals than we'd like to subject them to, so we leave them in these cases. We just send them to WATA in these. We'll let them take them out once instead of us taking them in and out. But this one here, easy to assess the game's quality or condition through these cases, so we just leave them in there. This is a U.S. Games game. U.S. Games made these. Towering Inferno. They made a few games for the Atari 2600. This one here, probably the most popular. This is the one you do see on the market every once in a while. I think we have one more copy of this, and I think we've seen one other copy. So there are a couple copies out there, but don't let that fool you. You know, this is a rare game to find. These U.S. games, especially these black boxes, they do not keep well over time, so these do not keep well in this condition. This one here, this looks immaculate to us. There's no dents, dings, corner damage, anything on this. The seal looks fantastic. This looks like at least a 9.4 A++. Once again, still has a little price sticker up there. Stamping time. This one here, 9.4, 9.6 A++ on this. This one here is super high grade. We're expecting high grade out of this one. Once again, that's the U.S. Games. They didn't make a whole lot of games for the Atari 2600, but we did pick up 2 of them. Here is the other one. Space Jockey. Now, this one here we've never seen before in complete box or factory sealed. So this is really cool to get this one here factory sealed. Once again, this box here looks great. I don't see anything wrong with this box. There is well, that's tension pulling. There's a tension pull across the bottom, which kind of makes the bottom bow a little bit, but that's clearly tension pull from the seal. That is not damage at all. So if they don't take off for that, this is going to be another 9.4, 9.6 A++. The seal looks fantastic. It all depends on how they grade that tension bowing on the bottom of the box. Let's say 9.4 to 9. Let's say 9.2 to 9.6 in that range, depending upon how they grade the bottom. Super cool, super rare title. Once again, this is one of the U.S. games. This is their VidTech, their VidTech imprint, but it's still a U.S. game. Excellent. Okay, here's another rare title. Q*bert, the Silver Box. Now, this is the Silver Box Q*bert. You never see this one here, factory sealed or otherwise, or complete box. All you really ever see are the burgundy boxes, the red boxes. This is the original silver box for this. These were not cellophane seal. These were a no seal, a glue seal. But this box here looks great. Once again, this came from the same collector as the US games there. And these little plastic protectors. You know, if collectors put them in these protectors when they first get the games and never take them out, these are actually pretty good to keep your games, you know, from getting scuffed and getting like shelf marks when you pull them in and out. They're definitely good at protecting the games, but you don't want to take them in and out. You know, rubbing against the edges, the surface, especially they're sealed. These edges of these little plastic protectors are very sharp. They will cut those seals. They will nick those seals. They will put holes and tears in them. So if you put them in there once, never take them out, they're great. If you're taking them in and out, you know, it's best not to ever use them. Once again, this game, fantastic condition. This one here, easily a 9.0, because there is a little color rubbing on the corners, you know, where it rubbed against things over time. There's a little color rubbing, so we're going to say a 9.0, but on the high side, a 9.2 because of the color rubbing. So 9.0 to 9.2, maybe an 8.5 if they see something horribly wrong, but I do not. So let's say, well, now that I said that, there is a slight teeny bit of crease here where something might have pushed it in briefly. So let's say an 8.5 on this one. 8.5 NS, but you know, once again, you never see the Cubert in the silver boxes. Oh, now here we have some from the original 1978 release for the Atari VCS, with the original branded version of the Atari 2600. This is the 1978 version. 3D tic-tac-toe. Now, this one here, incredibly tough to find these factory sealed. Now, these are cellophane sealed. Seal looks fantastic. Box is in incredibly good condition. I don't see, well, there's a teeny bit of crease here on the one corner and a little dent here on the back. So this one here, those little two Mars are it. That's the only damage I see on this here box. This here, the little crease, the damage here, kind of, you can see it on the other side too here. So there was a little bit of crushing on the cover here. Somebody actually pushed it in the cover on this. So we're thinking a 7.0 on this one. The crushing's not bad. So we're thinking a 7.0 on this, but 3D Tic-Tac-Toe 1978 version, you never see this on the market, especially factory sealed. That is a great one to own. Another one from 1978, bowling. Now, a lot of you guys didn't collect these sports games from the early release from the Atari VCS. That is why they are so scarce on the market. And even today, a lot of the guys aren't collecting the sports titles. And you know, a lot of people just threw these away over time. Didn't really treat them that nice because they're sports titles. They didn't have any, you know, well-known characters. They weren't developing a franchise. They weren't any epic games. They were just a arcade-style sports game. So these were not really kept over the years. So that is why they're scarce today. But once again, super nice seal on these. This collector kept these things in great, great condition. Having said that, there is a tear on the back of this seal. We just saw that right now. This actually looks like it was from going in the box. This is what I always talk about these. You could tell something nicked it right here and pulled the seal down. So it created a big V hole in the seal. This will definitely be a B+ seal rating. That's unfortunate, because the game itself is in perfect condition. There's a little crushing on the bottom, but once again, that could be tension pulling. I don't see any damage. I just see it bowing in. But that seal is going to hurt, and once again, that seal looks like it caught on the edge of this box as somebody was sliding it in and ripped it, or pulling it out, either way. But once again, that's going to affect it. This one here, because of that, it will get a B+, you know, absolutely, or B+, but a hole like that in an Atari game is a B+. I think a 7.0 B+ on that is what we're going to get because of the crushing on there. That's too bad. I didn't see that hole in the seal earlier. All right. Now the 1978. This is Human Cannonball. Once again, super rare title from 1978. A game that, you know, nobody kept because why would you? It's Human Cannonball. Just, you know, traditional arcade style game. The seal on this is fantastic. The seal's great. No holes, tears, rips, anything in the seal. The box is fantastic. This one here is easily a 9.4 A++. I would say 9.4, 9.6 A++ on this one. This one here looks great. From 1978, you just don't see them that nice. That is a great game to have. All right, let's step up a year to 1980 here with Dodge 'em. Pink Box Dodge 'em. This one here is not this is not cellophane seal. This is a glue seal. There's a couple little dents here on the cover. You can see just where things have hit it over time. A couple dents there. Little dents here on the back a little bit. But that still looks like a 7.5 to us, 7.5 or 8.0. But this here, you know, once again, you just do not see these original 1978, 1980 games in this condition. This collector really kept these nice. These are really nice to have in this condition. We think that's 7.5, 8.0. No seal on that one. Only a couple games left here. We only have the 13. We're almost done. Yeah, KoolAid Man. All right. These M Network games, you know, these were very heavily collected when they first came to market, but there's some M Network titles, especially the Tron titles, that are very abundant on the market. Those games are common. KoolAid Man, you know, we've only maybe seen one of those, this being the second one. So KoolAid Man, very, very scarce title. A lot of the M Network games, though, like I said, pretty common on the market. So just because it's M Network does not necessarily mean it's scarce. There are some factory sealed boxes of that floating around. But KoolAid Man, we've never seen those in any great quantity. Like I said, maybe one or two in our entire career. So this one here, this is the one you want to have from M Network. There are a couple others as well, but this is just really cool if you're, you know, if you're a kid from the 80s or 90s, you remember KoolAid Man on your Saturday morning cartoons. Factory seal is perfect on this. I don't see any holes or rips or tears. Cellophane seal is great. The box is great condition. I don't see any issues with the box. This is at least a 9.2, 9.2 to 9.6, A++ on this one here. Very cool. KoolAid Man. It's our last game. Okay. Here we have Taz for the 2600. Now, Taz for some of the later Atari systems is relatively common. For the 2600, this is a scarce title. Has original price sticker up there too. This one here, silver box Taz, like I said, for 2600, very, very scarce. This is a cellophane seal as well. The seal looks great. I don't see any problems with the seal itself. I don't see any real problems with the box here. I don't see any problems with the box. The seal looks great. The box looks great. This one here, easy in 8.5 to 9 because there's a little bit of abrasion across the bottom. It didn't tear the seal. I don't know if they'll take off for that or if it's actually just a seal rippling. Like I said, we don't want to take them out of these hard plastic cases to verify that. And there's a teeny like little micro crush here, like micro crease. So I'm thinking like 8.5 to maybe even 9 on this one here, but A++ on the seal. This one here is a super cool, high quality copy of this game. You just do not see the Taz for 2600. So there you have the 13 games. We're going to send these into WATA. Once we get them back, like I said, we're going to have an unboxing, show you guys what grades we got. Please feel free to drop some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.